Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. Yes, I am coming on here because we got some business to handle on today. On the Saturday where I was cleaning, I had to stop and put my mop down because I messed around. And I appreciate you guys sending me all these inboxes and DMs, but I messed around and watched this doggone video of Whitehead at this V105 point, whatever it was in Jersey. And it was such shenanigans that I'm going to have to come on and we're going to have to commentate on it myself and my two co-counsels. So I'm going to speak to you guys. I just can't. I hope you guys watched it. But if not, you're going to watch it here in a few minutes, hopefully. But I just couldn't believe it, everybody. I just couldn't believe it. Hello, Courtney, Atlanta-born Alice. Thank you guys for spending your Saturday with me. C. Wilson. Hey. Annette, Jaleesa. Who watched this video from V105 point, whatever it is in New Jersey or Jersey or wherever it's from? Who watched that? Because you see he posted it, so you guys already know that he was very, very pleased by that interview. Very pleased. Dr. Mary McWilliams, hey, Davida, Ray Bishop. You guys know I usually just deal with these good pleadings and complaints and motions and all the paperwork. We'll probably put a couple of documents on there. And I was going to come back because I had some transcripts. We were going to do some transcript reading. But no, today they have interrupted my Saturday with my family because we have to go over this video because it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, pure foolery. You see that? Pure foolery. I can't believe it. I just can't. So you said you got the popcorn ready. Oh yeah, now you guys are gonna get a different side, a different side. Because I just could not believe I thought the Yee interview was a bit like, okay, she kind of just let him talk and didn't really ask any hard questions, in my opinion. Really wasn't trying to get to the bottom of it, was just giving him a platform to say what needed to be said. Didn't really like challenge him. But this interview, now I did see the other one with Mark Hill, and that was something totally different. Let me see. That Mark Hill one was funny. So let's just start out with that one just for good measure. Let me see. I got so many people sent that video. Let's see here. You guys, I can't.
When I think about the fact that you have access to millions potentially of dollars in clothing, cars, and then when you add your home, you have the life of a multi-millionaire. Where do you get your money from?
Well, I am an entrepreneur, man. I'm very, I've been doing real estate over 20 years. And I do a lot of other legal things. I want to clear that up.
Like what? Like what, though? Give me some specifics. Give me some specifics, bro, because people be like what? You do real estate? And when you say real estate, you mean flipping properties? You mean you have rentals?
Yeah,
how do you get money on real estate?
Real estate is multifaceted. You can flip properties, which I do, rentals, which I do. We into purchasing land, developing on land.
So, but when people check the public record, they'll be able to see that you buy and own property, commercial or residential. They'll be able to see that you flip property. They'll be able to see that you have an event. This is transparent and fully accessible to the public. Is that fair to say?
It's transparent, but however, you have to understand that when you buy investment properties, you don't buy it under your name. You buy it in corporations.
What corporation is yours under?
I can't get into all that, Mark, man, because I'm already being targeted, man. You want me to get and put all my business out there?
Let's do something, because I want to assume you deserve the benefit of the doubt. You deserve the presumption of innocence. Let's assume that everything you're saying is true. That Mr. Belmonte is a liar. That he's exploiting his whiteness. That he's making use of a government that's targeting a young black bishop. Let's assume all of that is true. There's also somebody in your congregation who accused you of defrauding her of $90,000 from her retirement savings of at least 14 months beginning in April of 2020. The allegation being that you told her that it was an investment and at some point through text pivoted and said it was just a campaign contribution. Obviously, you have and I don't think we should ever hold people to who they were. And as Christians, I'm sure you believe that people always have the capacity to change. But you were convicted of identity theft in 2008 and served 5 years in correctional facility for that. So there is a history here, and there's some current allegations that have nothing to do with Mr. Belmonte. How do you respond to those?
How do I respond to it? So let's go back to 2006. And the Suffolk County indicted me is one of, if not the most racist counties in the United States of America. Let's talk about how they hid all the evidence that would have exonerated me. Let's talk about how there was fake search warrants that the media don't know about. And now let's talk about the parishioner that I allegedly took $90,000 from. What if I told you, and I'm going to tell you the truth, she was never a parishioner, right? Once again, the media calls her.
Did she give you $90,000?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Let's assume she's not a parishioner. Did she give you $90,000? Did she give you $90,000?
Anything as well. Her son was a parishioner. Her son was one of my members, and her son wanted.
Did he give you $90,000?
Brother, you gonna keep cutting me off, or you gonna let me finish?
Okay, because we're running out of time for the show, but again, I'm not saying that you're not telling the truth, of course.
So we'll come back then. So we'll come back because I'm not going to be bullied in any type of answering no questions. All right, the media has already made me the media has already made me into a villain. Okay, and I'm not going to be forced to say something that's going to be against the truth.
Okay, so that was yesterday, Thais. This was the one where he didn't like that interview, and he started back. He was dragging the man, talking about him and D.L. Hughley are sisters, and all of that. This the one from yesterday he didn't like. Oh, but today he did an interview on V105. Welcome to my co-consuls.
Hey, sorry I'm late. My bad.
This is. You on mute, Thais. You on mute.
I'm late, y'all. I'm trying to get situated, trying to get the Thai squad over here. It's just a lot going on. Go ahead, Pam.
We have the official Thais report. You guys go over there and check out that platform, and really BTV. Go check out that platform. These are my co-consuls. We are going to play the video. Did you send it to me?
It's still loading. I don't know why it won't. It's still. Okay. It's sending though. It's almost there.
Okay, let me see if I'll just go on his page.
Oh, wait a minute. I think it's. Hold on. Did it send? Is it ready?
Let me see.
Why you want me to do it like this? You got me working.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Hold on. Let me go live.
I'm ready when you are, brother. All right. So, what is the narrative then? You're saying that they're putting this narrative on you. Then change the narrative. How can I change it? Well, do you want to change it?
Yeah, I want to change it. And interviews like this will change it. Okay. Nobody's giving me an opportunity to really, speak my piece. I'm always being attacked. Like, for example, Lil Man Hughley. Y'all call him DL Hughley?
Yeah, don't do that. I like don't do that. DL Hughley, my guy, don't do that.
Why not? I'm talking the truth.
What he said? What he said?
He's talking crazy, and all he does is he talks down on what he don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's not my fault. He's little and he got a complex, And at the end of the day, I told him, I said, look, brother, you feel this type of way about me. Let's go into the ring. Let's box. You know what I mean? I told him we put up $1 million. Let's box.
Oh, hold on. Why do we got to get to boxing if we have a disagreement? Like, we can't discuss this?
No. So because he don't want to discuss. I went on his talk show, and he just came at me. I'm talking about. He's like, you robbing the community, so you deserve to get robbed. Like he was just going crazy on me. Now at the end of the day, he was insensitive that this dude these guys who robbed my church put a gun in my 8-month-old baby's face.
That's crazy.
So you insensitive to that.
Yeah.
All right. So now I feel that you have some type of feeling towards me. Now, brother, I'm from Brooklyn. All right? You can't change where I'm from.
Yeah, but a man of God can't be talking about let's box.
Why not? The Bible says I'm anointed to lay hands.
But we're not supposed to be aggressive and what's the word I'm looking for?
You're not supposed to be aggressive, huh?
Towards each other. One is supposed to be love one another.
I do love one. But at the end of the day, we could box for charity. I'm not saying I want to fight you, beat you up, but since you have that type of energy, let's keep that same energy going. Because back in the day, if you had an alt with your friend and they said, okay, cool.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That's it.
Give me 5 minutes. So why are you saying that I'm just
because you're a man of God.
What does that mean?
You can't be out here. Okay, ready? Here's nothing.
Let's go. That's different though. That's different.
My kids are looking at me like, Dad, you can't be talking like that. So your congregation is looking at you.
No, my congregation is understanding that we Christians are not punks. He would have never did that to Farrakhan. Let's talk about it now. Okay? Because religion is religion. Right? So why does Christianity always got to be a floor mat where you can walk over? And this is the difference between Bishop Whitehead. All right? I step up to the plate. Okay? And you're not going to walk over me. And you're not going to talk crazy to me, right? Because you don't do it to the Nation of Islam. Those are my brothers. You don't do it to Judaism.
But they're not out here dripped in Gucci and chains.
How do you know that? There's a lot of Muslims.
I see. Hold on. I'm just going off what I see. Minister Farrakhan wasn't something that was dripped out and thing. The dude I follow on Instagram, Reza, what's his name? But he's not dripped out and so and so. So it's like
he's not Bishop Whitehead. I don't choose to be like nobody else but me. And at the end of the day, if I want to wear this is nobody talks when I'm suited and booted too. Everybody talks about when I'm
because you should be suited and booted. You're a pastor.
So you trying to tell me I can't be comfortable like this?
It's a conversation that's uncomfortable for me.
Why?
Because I agree with you. You have every right to be comfortable. But as a man that was raised in the church and has certain.
Let me tell you something. You know what it is? You've been diagnosed with worshiping your mother's God. And not finding out who your God is.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Let me take my piece. Let me take my piece.
I love this.
Let me take my piece. You've been worshiping your mother's God and your grandmother's God. And let me tell you why. Because the way that pastor looked is not the way I look, right? I don't wear baggy suits. I don't I like nice tailored suits. And when I want to wear for tomorrow at my church, right? We have sweatsuit Sunday. Have you ever heard of that before?
Never.
Exactly, right? Because this is a different day and time, right? We are a new generation. So how they used to get their members are not how that's why they can't keep members.
Okay. I want to go back to my mother's and my grandmother's God.
Yes.
Because I'm to my own horn, I'm a very aware person of myself.
Yes.
I know me inside and out.
Yes.
You can't tell me about me. I know me.
Yes.
Me and my mom, I told you, my mom was a nun in the church. She was someone that was in the church, took me to church. I went to Catholic school, all that. When I became of age in my 20s and I'm starting to figure things out, and I'm like, so how can a slave owner and the slave pray to the same God? My mom looked at me and couldn't give me an answer.
I can give you the answer.
Give me the answer.
Oh, so tell me the question one more time.
How can the slave owner and the slave pray to the same God?
Okay. How Satan, you know who Satan is, right?
Absolutely.
Right. His name was what? Lucifer, right? How in the world was he the archangel of worship? Did you know that?
I thought it was music.
No, worship, that's what that was.
Okay.
Worship. He ushered heaven into worship. Do you understand what worship is? Worship means to be in the presence of God, right? So Lucifer had the job to usher heaven into worship. So how can you then say that a slave master and a slave pray to the same God? Let me tell you this. It's something called free will. That's what it's called. Hold on.
Whose prayer is God answering?
Whose prayer is God and whose side are you on?
What do you mean?
I'm
the slave. So I'm asking God, whose prayer are you listening? Are you answering?
That's such a great question. God doesn't answer prayers. God answers himself. That's why the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, God said, I made the end before the beginning. So the prayer that's going to be answered is the one that's in position of what God said. All right. I don't care how many people want to act holy, right? You can act holy all you want, right? But that doesn't mean you're the devil. That doesn't mean that you're not the devil. And this is what the world is doing to me. They have changed me being from a victim to a villain. And they've been trying to change the narrative of the bishop and who I am. But I'm still anointed and I'm still appointed. No matter what character they try to make me be or become or make me look like. And that's why they're targeting me on my outfit, because they're trying to say, how can he be a man of God dressing like this, right? Well, they said the same thing about Jesus. They said, well, how?
I was waiting for him to hit me with that. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Let's go. All 12 of his disciples
dressed
were sinners.
Wow.
All of them. Right? All of them.
But okay. Ready? And this goes back to, listen, I'm going to have to cut this interview short because this could go an hour if I wanted it to. Because I love the conversation. Going back to my mom's God, I don't pray to Jesus. I pray to God.
Wow. And you know that's incorrect.
To me, I can't. I'm a realist and a person that's about odds and logic. The Jesus person that they hype up.
Oh, that's your question. Really
this
quick.
White person.
Are you Christian?
I'm Catholic.
Oh, you Catholic? Okay, go ahead.
So this white pale person that was in the Middle East is not the Jesus I'm supposed to be praying to. I can't believe that.
So let me say this to you, right? I don't pray to a color. I pray by the Spirit. Okay, and you have to understand. You got to understand that the enemy always wants us to get caught up in color, and then therefore you have to understand that we, as a Black culture, right? We have been hurt so bad. Slavery, beaten, we killed in the street, we're demised. We are made to feel inferior to people. So therefore, all the devil has to do is put up a picture of an opposite color to make you not believe that that's not God. But we have to understand that Jesus Christ is God, because when you say you pray to God, that's a universal name. I need to understand what's the name of your God in order to see if you have power.
I believe God is energy.
That's that. So then you're saying, so you're pretty much saying that you're a naturalism. You're a spiritualism. What they call it? You are what they call them? You might as well go into the woods and just start in the woods. Right. What I'm saying is, right, the God that I call Jesus Christ, he has power. Why does he have power? Because he got up with all power, right? And you have to understand why. See, I'm from the streets. I need to logically understand who Jesus is. And I want to know, how in the world did Jesus get up, right? We're fastly approaching Resurrection Sunday. So let me say this to you. How did Jesus get up with all power, right? Because of the law of God. The Bible says clearly, right? Where did sin come from? Where did sin come from, right? Sin came because of the disobedience from Adam, not Eve, right? Because you're looking crazy. Watch this. Because God gave the commandment to Adam, not Eve. And this is why people always want to beat up on women. Oh, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for you. No, Negro. We had the responsibility. We had the power. So don't try to hit me with the male chauvinistic stuff. And that's why I'm pro-woman. That's number one. Number two. Now, Eve said, yo, it's good to eat. Adam had the commandment from God not to do it.
God told you.
God told you.
God
told you, right? So when Adam ate from the tree, right, the Bible says clearly, God says, for if you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will surely die, which means death always existed. It just never had power.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So therefore, it was knowledge. And that's what the enemy wants to do. If he can shift your knowledge to his way and not God's way, then he can control you. And that's what people are doing to me. They're trying to shift y'all to make you believe that I'm a scammer, I'm a schemer. No, I'm anointed. Okay. And because of the way I dress, they want to make you feel that I'm not who God say I am.
Okay, so now let's get to what they're saying and what's alleged about you.
Yes, let's go.
So behind the robbery at your church, that was the one thing that happened. After that, there was another issue, correct?
Yes.
Talk to me about that issue. So because there's also someone that's in this issue that no one gets, he doesn't get talked about at all. And I want to know why.
Right.
But talk to me.
So before the robbery, right? I had got a phone call because I do a lot of work in the community. and some of y'all favorite rappers, I've gotten them out of jail behind closed doors. Okay, right? Yeah. So they all call me, right? The streets call me, and I help them out. So I got a phone call that a young man killed somebody on a Q train from his family. So he said, Bishop, we need your help. Fast, just quickly. So I told him, I said, let me find out what's going on. I found out, and I said, wow, this kid just allegedly killed somebody on the Q train. So I called them back. I said, what's going on? They said, Bishop, we're scared. We're scared. They're kicking in all the doors. They're kicking in all the doors. They're kicking in doors, and they're looking for him. So my father was killed by police, by 16 police officers because of the color of his skin, Arthur Miller. So therefore, I'm like, yo, I don't want to see this guy die. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want him, if he did kill this man, I don't want him killing nobody else. So I went, I orchestrated a surrender. I called the mayor of New York because the mayor, Eric Adams, is my mentor. So I called him and I said, Eric, look.
Mr. Outside.
So I told him what was going on. So he said, look, I got your back. Let me know what's going on. Fast forward, I pull up in one of my Rolls Royces. I pull up in the come on, Amy, come on. No, I'm saying, so I pull up in the Cullinan and everything shifts.
Nigga, look at the car. Listen, that's not a car that pulls up in the hood every day.
No, but it wasn't in the hood. It was in the city. And when I pulled up, I didn't know that all this press was gonna be out there. Right? I didn't know that. So guess what?
Hold on. You mean to tell me a kid got shot, you got called, and you didn't think there was gonna be press?
No, listen why. No, listen why. I didn't go to the crime scene. I set up the surrender with the police.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that they had a publicity team and they leaked it. So when I got there, I'm like, oh shoot. Every news station was there. I didn't know this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know this. And then when I got caught, I was already dressed for the day. So I had a Fendi shirt, Fendi jacket, Fendi blazer, Fendi pants, Fendi shoes on. And now I'm
coming out the rolls.
Yeah. So now they gave me the name Bling Bling Bishop. Right? That's how that happened. That's all that happened. Bling. So now fast forward, my church get robbed a month and a half later. I feel that the media put me a target.
I was just about to say, do you feel like you could target?
Yes, yeah, because I've always wore nice clothes. I've always wore jewelry. And I've been a pastor 10 years this year, and nothing never happened. And I'm out I'm outside, Brownsville, East. I'm outside. Top drop, I'm outside. I'm good. And now all of a sudden, they put me all over the world, and they put my house up. They put my house on social media, everything. You know, so now fast forward, they robbed my church. And then the situation you're talking about, I was arrested on the week of Christmas, right? On the week of Christmas, the FBI arrested me for well, you read the indictment. I can't really get an indictment, but y'all, it's public. It's public. So the indictment is public. Look at the indictment. But anyway, you know, I was arrested. But now we get the information, right? And then we look at the New Yorker. So the guy who set me up, his name was Brandon Belmonte, right? Mm-hmm. He set me up. Now, when somebody hear that somebody set someone up, they like, oh, well, you know what?
He's working with the feds.
Yeah, but they always say, well, how did he set you up? What did you do with him? Which I didn't do nothing with him. So what happened is, and what we're finding out, that he's an informant and he got caught up in some other charges. So he knew that I'm a famous pastor. He knew that the mayor of New York is my mentor, and he started to lie to the feds, and he told the the feds that I tried to extort him. He said that the mayor tried to extort him. So when you go to the FBI and because they wasn't looking at me. They wasn't looking at me. I wasn't under no investigation, and everybody's going to see this come out, right? I wasn't under investigation. I wasn't under investigation until this white man went to the FBI and created this whole narrative that he spoke to the mayor through me, and we promised him this. And it's all lies. So now my door get kicked in because of all these lies. And when we want to talk about racism, that's how white men do us black men. Right? I didn't have no problem. I didn't even know him like that. My wife got I got my wife car fixed at his auto shop.
I was just gonna say, where's the connection come from?
From that. So
the car?
That's it. So my
the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Come on, lad.
Yeah.
From the car, son.
From the car.
He don't know you from a can of paint.
Listen to this.
You bought his car, your car to his shit, and now he's
let me tell you how that happened. So one of my friends, so I had a Lamborghini, right? So my friend said, no, hear me out. My friend said, yo, Bishop, you want to rent your car? I was like, maybe. I said, no. So that's when he said, oh, this guy has insurance for car rentals. I said, nah, I'm good. So I left it alone. So then he was like, yo, if anytime you need your car fixed, let me know. I said, all right, cool, no problem. My wife's car got hit, right? So that's it. That's what happened. I brought it to him. And he overheard me saying that I was in real estate. He's been watching my page, different things like that. And he started to, I never did no business with him. He started telling me
not even a conversation.
Just a conversation. After when my wife's car was getting fixed, that's when the conversation started.
The only conversation.
That's it. Those were the conversations, and he started to tell me about he was in real estate. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he said he could do this, he could do that. I'm like, all right, cool. So but I didn't know he was lying, and I didn't know he was trying to set me up to say things that he wanted me to say, but I still wasn't saying it. He's like, oh well, he said, and I'm gonna tell you this first, Amizi. There's nobody never really hear this one first.
Talk to me.
But I'm gonna say this to you. He came to me and said, how much do we have to pay the mayor under the table?
He said that.
Yes. Yeah. I said, what you talk? I said, what are you talking about? But I didn't know he was wired. You know what I'm saying? And they still
so hold on.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about.
Tell on. Let's reset because maybe our audience isn't following. So, this Brandon Belafonte person. Belafonte.
Yeah.
Does he work at this car shop or he owns like the realtor shop?
He owned it.
He owns
it. That's my understanding.
You brought your wife's crashed car to his establishment.
He actually picked it up to bring to the establishment. Yeah.
He overheard you talking about real estate, approached you about what he does, and because you guys didn't come into business together, a couple months later, a whole FBI thing is up on you.
So let me say this to you, right? He's been planning it, as we've seen.
So before you talked?
Yes, he's been planning this. He's been watching me, and he's been planning this, right? But now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing it to come to fruition because everything that he told them, right? And he tried to get me to say. So have you ever seen a movie director? He creates the movie in his mind first, right? Yeah. And then you got to get the actors to do it. That's what he tried to get me to do, right? That's what he tried to get me to do. And I'm clueless to what's going on. I'm clueless. But yet he's trying to line me up to say what he already told them I said. You know what I'm saying? So now my whole life is flipped upside down because of a racist white man that's trying to take down a black man. Now, guess what? So listen to this. So when he went to the New Yorker, he put in the New Yorker, the mayor of New York is trying to extort me. That was the wrong move. Yeah, it's in the New Yorker. Yeah, that was the wrong move because now all of his victims started to contact me.
Yeah, listen, you better be a clean nigga to come out and accuse people.
He's over now $4 million in scams, right? People are calling me out of the woodwork.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, time out. Again, I hate to cut you off. I apologize. So why isn't the FBI seeing that, okay, if this is what this person is, this can't be true?
So listen to this. This is why I'm asking our first black U.S. attorney of the Southern District, Damian Williams, to reevaluate.
Oh, I interviewed Damian. Shout out to my guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I interviewed him way back. Yeah, way back.
So I'm asking him to reevaluate this because he couldn't have known this.
There's no way.
He could have known this. And at the end of the day, all of these things that's happening to me would never be happening to me if this white man wouldn't have came to their office and lied on me, right? So he has, and this just what I know, over $4 million of people that he stole money, right? And I want to say this to y'all too. There's a company that he had called VIP Cars, right? There's a lot of people that's coming and calling me because he was using people as straw buyers to lease their cars and not paying. And also, we're finding out that, and I'm telling this to you first.
Thank you.
I'm telling this to you first, but we're also finding out that he was renting luxury cars to a lot of rappers and a lot of gang members, but he was putting bugs in their cars and they were getting recorded. So people don't know that about him. Yes, Brandon Belmonte. And he set the bishop up. So now that's why I'm putting it out there, and that's why I'm taking interviews. Everybody's saying, well, Bishop, why aren't you? Well, you're supposed to be quiet. It's nothing I'm not saying now that I won't say when I take the stand. Okay, to say for myself, right? And people have to understand who Brandon Belmonte is. And this is why the media, you don't see the New York Times talking about him.
Nobody's talking about
it. You don't see the Post, emailed my lawyer and said, well, we see that Bishop Whitehead had a superseding indictment. What do you have to say? So they said, Bishop, what are you saying? I said, not guilty. And I said, now, what do you got to say about Brandon Belmonte? Did you investigate him? They never said nothing about him. Nobody is saying they're protecting this white man. They're protecting him. Everybody's protecting him. Why? Why?
That was my question.
So my question is, my thing is for people to stop criticizing me, right? And understand that this is called racial profiling. And guess what? Just like how we getting killed by police outside with guns, they're killing us like this. And they're killing us with paperwork, with court paperwork.
All right, I'm going to say my piece now. I've heard you talk. We've had a conversation. I came into this interview. I was like, I'm about to get this scamming ass nigga the fuck out of here. I'm about to get this scamming ass nigga. Talking to you changed my view. And it feels like, again, talking to you, it's another one of the situations where it's because this black man doesn't fit the white narrative of what a bishop should be and should look like. Now let's get him up out of here. And now talking to you, I will absolutely say, leave the bishop alone, fam. Leave the bishop alone. Like, he is, again, it's just I'm talking to him. He's out here doing God's work. And if y'all have a problem with him doing God's work, come at him in a godly way and then fight him that way. Don't come at him sideways with fake FBI agents and doing all this fuck shit to try to get him out of here. Because guess what? His parish and his congregation will follow him no matter where he goes because they believe in him. Bishop, we could talk for another fucking hour.
Let me just say this before you go, right? I want you to remember this. When they robbed my church, 2 months, I was crucified because they said I set it up. And I'm sure you heard about that.
Listen, again, I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw it, I was like, of course, the niggas in here dripped into it. Of course they will come again. But like you said, you've been doing it for years. If they didn't put you on Front Street as the bling bling bishop, these niggas would have came for you.
Period. Period. Shit. I'm 10 years a pastor. That never happened to me. And then for two straight months, they crucified me. Oh, you set it up. You know what? Another thing, and I know we got to end, but let me say this to you. Nobody's talking about the great things that I've done in the community. And
before we leave, I want to know.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And nobody's talking about my wife and children. Nobody's talking about my church. Nobody's talking about the trauma that they go through with all of, and that's why D.L. Hughley, he gotta get in the ring with me, right? Because he don't understand the trauma he's caused. He don't understand. Like, let's do it for charity, right? But if you tough like that, right, and you affect my children and you affect my church, right? Let's do it for charity. You know what I'm saying? My team, we'll put $2 million.
You got hands?
I want him to see. I want him to see. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to see if the pastor told me he got hands. If the pastor told me he got hands,
I'm gonna put you like this. I'm gonna put you like this. These hands are holy.
Oh
put
shit!
You like this.
Holy field, nigga.
Yeah, that's it. These hands are holy. That's all I'm gonna say. And they're anointed to be used. Period. Point like that. Right? And all I'm saying, really, you know, because it's all good to have fun and games, but people don't know how media affects families. Y'all have no idea. You have no idea what y'all be putting. Do you know I get people in my inbox? I hope your daughter die. You're like, and I'm saying I'm saying to myself, like, are you serious? Are you serious? You know what I mean? Yeah. So at the end of the day, brother, I do a lot in the community, man.
Talk to me about what you do in the community before we go.
Listen, man.
Let's end on a good note.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, for the last 9 years, this will be the 10th year, I've given thousands of turkeys away. I've given thousands of clothes away. I just gave away for school, back to school, $25,000 of my own money. Nobody gave
me. Shit, you got it, nigga.
Yeah, $25,000 in cookies. I shut the store cookies down. You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of things. But let me tell you this, right? I can go on and on what I do for the community. But at the end of the day, right, the debacle with what just happened in my life is economic. It's an economic hit.
Stop right there. Economic. Keep that on your mind. Yeah. We're going to talk about. I got to talk about it.
All right.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to mute it right there for a few minutes because they have music playing. but I do want you guys to hear the last part of it before it ended. Look at him. He just a cheesing. He said, got one.
Anybody that'll listen. Anybody that'll listen.
He said, got one. He said, hold on a second. I'm on live. You know, I'm going to keep doing it. Look at him. Look at him. Got him.
Smiling like a Louisiana catfish. Wow.
So y'all give a little general. We gonna dissect the. I couldn't stop and all that because it's just on his Instagram. So that's why we watched it straight through. So I hope you guys were keeping notes in your head because it was a lot that was said in this here interview.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I don't think I've seen this level of dry snitching and self-incrimination of one person in one sitting in my life. I'm 47. I've never seen it.
But he don't care. Look at him cheesing. He just happy that it appears he has changed one person's mind.
He did that. You can't tell him he ain't. You can't tell him he ain't just do that. It's so many. I don't even know where to start. It's so much.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Let me see. Look at him. He's just a cheesing. This is the best thing ever happened to him. Let me see.
Is economic.
You remember what you're talking about?
Yep.
You ready, Fast?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Wait. Yeah. So
shit.
Yeah. So this is like I was saying about economics, right? This is a very economical hit to my life because anytime you are indicted by the feds, everybody run from you. Everybody, don't nobody.
It's like you're a fucking leper.
There you go, biblically.
Right? I can't.
That's right, biblically. You know what I mean? And leprosy back in the Old Testament is if you had it, you got to get out.
Everywhere, get away.
You know what I'm saying? And then people. It's not. They don't even have to be doing anything, but they say, "Well, I'm not doing nothing, but I don't even want that smoke." So therefore, and then all of the media, have came down, and then my family members texting them and saying, "Look at your pastor, and look at him, and what pastor is telling somebody else they want to fight and this." So they just start to go in and go in.
I was one of them, and I listen. I want to apologize. I sincerely want to apologize because I say it a couple times. When I knew you come, I was like, I'm gonna get this nigga. I'm gonna get him. But I like how I am because I asked you to tell me your piece first before I go at you. And that's not an interview. That's me just going at you.
Right.
But for you telling your story, it gave me perspective and it changed my outlook on who you were.
So let me ask you a quick question. So when you had that energy, like I'm gonna get him, what gave you that energy?
The media,
the
public, the everything that I had seen on Instagram, on the news, it was like the bishop that's doing. I'm like, damn, he can't. And again, I came in here with that in my head, like I was blinded by that. But you changed my mind, and I pray and hope that what you're telling me is truth, and I pray and hope that if it is, everything gets smoothed out.
All you got to do is look at the New Yorker, and when you see the dude say, "The mayor of New York tried to extort me," is trying to extort me. Why would the mayor even? Who are you for me to extort you? Yeah, who are you? Like who are you? Nobody knows you. Who are you? And he was bold to do this, right? And I believe that was a gift from God for me because now I'm able to talk about him because he put himself out there. But I couldn't say nothing about him until that. I would have had to close my mouth. But he put himself public, right? And at the end of the day, my lawyers filed motions and said, "Yo, this guy can't be doing that." And I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna end like this.
Come on,
right? The federal prosecutor said, "We're not using him as a witness."
In his own case? Okay, that's the sit down, nigga. Bishop Whitehead. We cleared it up. Bishop, let him know how to follow you and be a part of the parish, my guy.
Man, follow me on Instagram. I am Bishop Whitehead, or Facebook, Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead, or Lamar M. Whitehead. And come to my church, man, 5904 Foster Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 112 34. It's Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries.
If you wasn't in Brooklyn, I'd come by, God.
Why not?
I'm in Jersey. That's like a 2-hour drive.
I got members from Jersey too.
So, do you have a van that sends out to Jersey when you come?
Nah, they took all our money. But you know, I got a proposition for you. I got a proposition for you really quickly. I do Youth Sunday once a month, right? And I want to do the church meets hip hop, right? Would you be the DJ?
I'm not a DJ, but I host.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pull up.
Let's put it together.
I got you.
Let's put it together, and we could bring the hip hop community in. It's gonna be a church service.
I'm with it.
Right? And you host. I preach.
There we go.
Make it happen.
Shit.
Let's go.
Oh, at first, I'm sorry. See, I'm ladies and gentlemen, to sit down, Bishop Whitehead, and we out here. Thank you, my guy.
Man, thank you so much.
This was great.
All right, y'all.
Do you think we should post these lives on his page, or you think we should get rid of them?
I mean, I don't think did I say anything?
Nope. Hold on a second.
Besides ice cream.
Hold on a second. Let me turn this around.
Send that down. Yeah. I gotta get him downstairs, get the people downstairs.
What's up, y'all? Great interview. I'll talk to y'all later. Great interview.
Whoa.
Oh, look at
My man, son. All that bullshit is not true. I'm a man of God. He's a man of God. I'm coming to the church. Dude, I think I just lied on the pastor.
Yo, thank you guys, man, for tuning in. Hold on a second. Let me go. Hold on. Y'all stay focused. Y'all stay firm. The bishop is here. God bless y'all.
What's up? Y'all, I can't. Baby, listen. Stop. That's what's up. That's what's up, fam. That's what's up. But he talking about let me make you an offer. You come. He's not even gonna be here probably in 2 weeks. How y'all gonna hook up and do this event? He probably won't even be here in April to do the damn event, sir. You know, and I think that the radio host was just being really, because he can't be. I don't think he was serious. I think he was being funny. Like, I believe the bishop, because you can't be that. You can't be that naive. I can't. This every time, Pam, it gets worse and worse every live.
So does he not realize that the fact that the government isn't going to use Belmonte, he don't realize that's a bad thing and not a good thing?
But
if government indicts me and their main witness, the government says, yeah, we're not even going to use him, I would be concerned about who they are going to use, because you wouldn't indict me if you couldn't prove it. And if that clearly means that there's somebody behind door number 3. He don't realize that's not a good thing, that they're not going to use Belmonte.
And I think he doesn't understand that indictment came from a grand jury. There was a grand jury that was presented enough evidence that they felt like there was probable cause for an indictment. That wasn't on a complaint. They didn't do it where the prosecutor is the one that signed off on it. That was a grand jury that was presented evidence. And I'm not understanding, sir, did you even read the indictment? Because we talked about Belmonte this whole time, but he mentioned a superseding indictment that ain't had nothing to do with Belmonte. And you didn't even say, well, what's up with this superseding indictment? What that's about? Is that your only charge? See, that's what Mark Hill did. He was like, okay, let's just take Belmonte out. Okay, Belmonte isn't in it. So what about the other charge? That's why he didn't like him, because he couldn't control what he wanted to talk about. He has this thing to try to wordsmith you and then control the conversation. The bottom line is paperwork. It's not the media. Literally, we're reporting what's doggone filed. I can pull up
anything up on you.
Go ahead.
And there's a difference between going to a radio station and talking to a radio personality, and there are people out here that are really journalists, Pam, that have done their homework, and they're not going to give you these softball questions and no pushback, no comeback, like my sister Angela Yee. No shade to Angela Yee, but that interview girl he just basically walked in there and controlled the whole narrative the whole time. She didn't push back on nothing, not one time that I saw with my eyes. But the thing is that I'm gonna say this, Pam. This is what I believe. This is what you get when you don't affirm your children, or if somebody's been told they ain't gonna never be nothing. There's this grandiose feeling in his head that he has to prove that he's somebody when we're looking at you and we know that there's something wrong with you. And I'm beginning to think now that there may be something a little special going on. This is Thais talking, not Pam or her channel. That there's something, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but looking at this interview, I'm beginning to think that there's something a little special. He may be touched by an angel.
Not touched by an angel.
Yeah. Because to throw, you just threw Asia, you threw her up under the bus and just threw her in it, and now, hell, she might be getting a damn subpoena because you threw her in it, gave all the business up of what happened, the car accident, the car shop, the auto body shop. Why would you say that? Sir, I can't.
And stop. I'm gonna give you an exclusive. So you giving us your discovery? You might as well just mail me. Let me give you my PO box. You can mail me all your discovery because we can just go over it on here because I got enough information just over here online to know that half the stuff you say it is for example. Okay, right now in the Anderson case. And this is just cursory stuff. So in the Anderson case, let's see, let me pull up that right quick. You filed a motion and you basically was saying that you don't live. Let me see. I got so much stuff, I just can't. So you saying you reside in Paramus and was never served legal process despite plaintiff's filings. So you're basically saying in that case, it's a whole hearing supposed to happen because you're challenging where you live, right? So what I'm trying to understand is, how did you vote just a year before in the great state of New York if you ain't no resident there? We just want to know some of this. You want to know what I'm talking about, Whitehead? Because I know you watching this. Okay. I just want to know how. Let me see. Because you got this stuff all up on your Instagram.
Somebody said, why is this attorney not telling him to shut up? Because they don't care. They're getting paid, and they probably just don't care at this point. They know what's going to happen is inevitable.
Whitehead, that's you in line trying to vote in New York just the year before, but you own all this stuff talking about. I don't understand. I literally don't understand. How are you? Your argument. One of your argument is I don't even live there. How do you say that? And we literally have video on your Instagram.
You better delete that.
It's more. And this is what I'm saying. I usually just go ahead and do the documents. I don't even be putting you on, this you right here. This you.
What's up, y'all? What's up? I voted.
Oh.
I voted for myself.
Oh.
Yes, I did. It's amazing that we are able to that I was able to vote for myself. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Listen, it's 30 minutes left. Get out and vote. Don't make the wrong choice. Make the right choice. Whitehead, first choice, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's come together. Let's do this together. I'm going to the last poll to give out some flyers and to push. Listen, man, we got to get it. Let's go, y'all. 30 minutes left. So
how you voting for yourself for borough president in New York, but you a whole resident in New Jersey where you challenging jurisdiction?
The fans know. They got all of this. They know.
I'm just asking as just an inquiring mind. This is, I don't even have your discovery, and I can pull up stuff that's like, get out of here. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my thing is this, and I know this might sound petty. Y'all know I can be petty sometimes. This might sound petty, but I'm going to go back to the car situation. And I think I said this on my live or on here, child. I can't keep up no more. But you took your $70,000 car to some hole-in-the-wall mechanic that you heard from through a friend of a friend to get fixed instead of going through an authorized Mercedes dealer? I mean, I know that sounds petty. But I just got to ask these questions. Sir, why wouldn't you take your wife's car to an authorized Mercedes dealer? Why are you going to some old hole in the wall that you met from a friend of a friend through a friend? Now, that just, that might say petty. I drive a Toyota and my car always go to the dealer. That's just me.
And my BMW always went to the dealer. I don't care if it was $1 quadrillion because they know how to work your vehicle because that's what they do.
But if you look at that old church, the other church on the corner, like towards the end, there was a body shop over there. But I ain't trying to point out nothing. You know, it was a body shop. I ain't trying to point out that over there by that liquor store on that same lot. It was a body shop over there really big. Yeah.
It's just,
but I ain't
I'm just sitting here like, now you claim you found out about this guy, a friend of yours who asked you if you wanted to rent out your Lamborghini, and that's how you heard about him. And when your wife's car needed fixing, your boy was like, well, if you ever need a body shop, look you up. What? And I don't understand. Listen, again, this is me being petty. I can promise you I have never had an extensive conversation at anybody's body shop about anything other than my car. We ain't talking in the waiting room. We ain't talking outside. How I get on a conversation for him to quote unquote set you up? How y'all even get on that conversation? Because you don't know how to shut your you don't know how to shut up.
No, he on the phone. He like, yeah, bro, I got this $20 million project that I want to get into. Me and oh boy, we about to get into it or whatever. And now if he working at the place, how was he overhearing your conversation? Were you trying to have a conversation for him to overhear? I mean, how does that even happen? Because he wasn't even next to him at a body shop, right? This dude's supposed to be the owner of the body shop. So he overheard your conversation that you were in the real estate, and then y'all just start kicking it. And you, of course, you know he got a couple dollars because he got this body shop, and he got, I guess, allegedly, according to him, celebrities come and rent out from this place. So you know the guy has a couple of dollars. So what would it benefit him to ask you about getting in the rentals? You think this man don't know anybody to get in the rentals? He just heard you over some man out the sky that said, I'm about to go get a building or whatever it was. And he was like, oh, let me go ahead and talk to him. The whole story just sounds like, oh, okay.
And stop referring people to that New Yorker article, please. It do not help you. Why do you keep referring? That's like OJ telling somebody to go to a knife store. Damn.
It doesn't help him. Why does he think that helps him in any way?
There's more than Belmonte. That is literally what? Maybe 3-4 lines out of the whole 20-page article.
Exactly.
But you know what? That interviewer need to go see that doggone article, and he need to go look at that indictment, because I'm trying to understand how the whole interview was about one allegation and not about none of the other allegations that's out there, or any of the allegations you might see even in the articles. You literally could have Googled him and had more information than what you were.
That's why he mad at Mark Lamont Hill now, because Mark Lamont Hill was like, okay, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about this? And he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Mark Lamont Hill used to be, over at CNN, and he's a university professor. You're not going to come in there with them greasy lips and your little Gucci tracksuit on and run a game on Mark Lamont Hill. He's a professor. So people are going to push back and ask you questions. And whenever you ask about Miss Pauline and the $90,000, he don't never want to answer it. He'll move on to the next point. That's why I got blocked, because I said justice for Miss Pauline. That's why he blocked me.
But I don't understand why do you keep bringing up DL Hughley? That's nothing. So here's a screenshot in the comments where you basically say you and whatever and got DL Hughley, you and at Mark Hill are sisters at real DL Hughley, 2 million. Meet me in the ring. The Bible says I can lay hands. 2 million.
Sir, go pay your
Pam,
car
that's that penitentiary. That's that penitentiary mentality. Everybody, if somebody's suit gets stolen, if somebody's cigarettes get stolen, you talking crazy at child time. That's the penitentiary energy. He don't know that people just don't fight nobody. I'm not going to ask my mailman, meet me on the corner. You deliver my mail late today. Nobody does that in real life. But he's never disconnected from the penitentiary mindset. That's why he wants to fight everybody. Let's go to the shower. Put your shower shoes on. This is the real world. This is not Riker's greasy lips. What's wrong with you?
I don't understand it.
And I couldn't even follow this whole theology he was giving. I was just lost. What you got to say? Because, see, my girl really be, she's Catholic. You grow up Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Was you following this theology with this Catholic Christian conversation? I was
well, first of all,
you know, everything comes.
Well, first of all, I'm going to need him to know. Yeah. First of all, I'm going to need him to know that Catholics are Christian. So I'm going to need him to start there. I'm gonna need him to start at that point, and then we can work our way down. Okay, I don't know who lost me when God don't answer prayers. Thais, I saw your face when he said that. He lost me with the whole the God gave me the power to lay hands because I'm anointed. Listen, he lost me. He lost me at the beginning of that. I'm gonna defer to Thais' expertise on the theology.
No, this is what happens when you go and you get your theological training, where there's a barbershop in the front and a school in the back next door to the rib shack. This is what happens when you get your theological training from Kroger Theological Seminary. You see what I'm saying? So this is what happens. The thing that the way he mangles the Bible should be enough for anybody to just not even follow him from a spiritual standpoint. The way he constantly mangles scriptures and just throw out all of this wayward doctrine, anybody in their right mind listening to him should be like, this ain't for me, let me move on. But a lot of women and a lot of people that are caught up in flesh and personality, they'll follow him anyways. He talking about the book of Jobs. You mean the book of Job? Yeah. I'm telling you, he's the type of guy, and he be like, the UPS truck is outside. The UPS truck. Everybody like, what is the UPS truck? And then you look outside, it's the UPS truck. You be like, oh, girl, right. The UPS truck is outside. UPS. Oh, you mean the UPS truck is outside. Oh. Child. I give up. I give up.
You ever answer the question for the man? The man said, how could the slaves and the slave owners be praying to the same God? Did he ever answer the question?
The same way you using the Bible for your own purpose is the same way the slaves did. You skip over everything, the 10 commandments that say thou shalt not do half the stuff that you're doing, allegedly, and you skip over all of that, and then you go pick, the Bible says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. The Job season, but you skip over the fact that it say you got to be an upright man and that there you reap what you sow. We skip over that whole passage. That's the same way everybody was praying to the same God. The same way you're using the Bible and you're praying to the exact same God, and you've been indicted for doing things allegedly that were against the law. It's the same concept. Don't take the rocket scientists.
Mm-hmm. And many of us are not really like, Bible scholars like that, but we know the basics, the basic laws and the commandments of just treating people right, Pam, and living decent, right? And we know that God is very, very close to the widower and all of that. And to be abusing allegedly, or taking money from people that are elderly and doing that's unconscionable. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? According to the allegations,
But we could just talk about the judgments that you have. The Bible is very, very clear about you paying your debts. And how many scriptures? How many scriptures? You shouldn't even let your good be evil spoken of. Yeah, you could talk about turkeys all day, and I'm so sick of this $25,000 cookie thing that you did. All right, you can talk about how many turkeys and what, but what did that add up to? Because the way these foreclosures are coming down that you done got money for allegedly, and the way all these judgments that came down of what you allegedly owe, then that's way more than any turkey that you gave. That's way more than any $25,000 cookie donation. Don't nobody care. Then you want to go brush it off and say, well, I could be all day about what I do for the community. We got time because we want to hear something past them turkeys and that doggone cookies. So we have time. You got some place to be.
We've learned from watching our sister. We've learned from watching our sister Fannie Willis down there. They don't give a damn about that them turkey giveaways and hams and pork chops and ribs and stuff. They don't care about that. When it comes down to these indictments, they're dealing with the facts of the case. You can give out turkeys, ham, chunky beef burritos to everybody. They don't give a damn. They want to know about the facts of the case.
But not only that, and
why you
I can go back to.
Go ahead.
What you saying? Oh, I was just gonna say I can go back to the 1980s and the 1990s. Every damn drug dealer that came through the hood had a turkey giveaway. That don't mean Monday through Saturday he wasn't selling drugs right underneath your window. They all paid bills. They all had toy drives. They all had back to school giving away sneakers and all of that. That don't mean they wasn't crooks. That doesn't mean they weren't selling drugs in the neighborhood and tearing that same down. So that missed me with that. I don't give a damn how many turkeys you gave away. You probably shut up. I was gonna say something not nice. I was gonna say something.
And was they the whole turkey? Were they butterball? I mean, was it the whole hams or the half hams? Because people be giving away, you never know. Was it honey baked?
And what's up with you keep bringing up this church? Like, why you bringing up the church and you know that? Am I missing something here?
And trying to get people to come over there. Trying to get people to come over there and ain't nobody over there.
I ain't gonna bring up Rayful Edmond, but I'm DC all day long. I know all about how they used to roll down here in DC. But anyway, don't get me started on that. And why he act like he invented "Come As You Are" Sunday or Sunday? Why is he acting like he invented that? He act like people ain't been coming to church in sweatsuits. I mean, sir, you didn't invent that.
Casual Sunday's been going on.
It's called Dress Down Sunday. You wear what you want to wear. Okay. You didn't
for
make
years.
That up. And the fact that interviewer said, I never heard of that.
Well, he did say he was Catholic, right? Was he Catholic? The one that said he never heard of that?
Yeah, he said he grew up Catholic.
But they probably did. Maybe they don't do dress down over there at the Catholic.
He went to Catholic. Well, no. I guess
that's a dress down lie. Let me tell you something. You go to, especially when you go to them old, and I'm just being real, especially when you go to them old white Catholic churches, they be wearing Birkenstocks and shorts and jeans. They come as you are. I grew up Catholic, and I'd have been to every Catholic. I'd have been from the deep DC Catholic church all the way out to, out in the country Catholic church. And please understand that it is absolutely come you are. They dress up more in the Baptist church and the Pentecostal church than they do in the Catholic church. We don't dress up like that. Shoot, we can wear pants and everything. I never heard of women not being able to wear pants until I went to a Pentecostal church. I said, do what? I can't wear no pants.
No lipstick, no earrings, no makeup.
Wearing pants.
Like,
yeah, that was something new.
Thank you, Saya Green, for the super sticker, and thank you, St. James. Did you guys know? See, he keeps talking about this church, and I got
somebody else church.
So y'all keep your notifications on because we got to do it live on this transcript that I have.
Uh-oh.
Baby, listen, I will be. I'll be here.
I gotta get some work done this weekend though, so I love y'all, but I don't know if I can do it this weekend. But we definitely gonna go over some things on this transcript that I have from this hearing. But did you?
I wonder who the next. I wonder what the next interview gonna be, Pam. Like, who's next? Oprah, Gail? Like, who's next?
Listen.
Anybody that'll listen.
We know it will be Tasha K.
That took me out, y'all. I reluctantly paid the $12 to go see it because I wanted to see it on my own terms.
I texted you. I was like,
Pam was like, "You got to see it." I said, "Oh, I don't want to pay her $12." I paid it, y'all, and she laid him to bed. You thought she never knew him. I'm like, I thought y'all was good friends. Y'all was good buddies. What happened? It blew me away.
She talked about him like he stole $90,000 from her.
I said, but somebody had said that eventually that was gonna happen, and it did happen just the way people said it was gonna happen. They was gonna turn. She was gonna turn on him.
She act like she said, and I gotta talk about him with his. I mean, she talked about him like she never met him.
Like she never was involved or knew nothing. You know, and then she said, she told him, just shut up. And I'm like, girl, of all people.
I done told the dummy, like, shut up. Stop talking.
I told this stupid ass to shut up. And I'm like, girl, Tasha, girl, of all people, shut up. Okay, Tasha. She was like, I told him several times to be quiet, shut up. And I'm like, girl, people in these glass houses.
Thank you, Tasha.
Oh my God. And we still waiting on all these victims they got lined up. And ain't nobody, ain't a date been set yet, honey. So I guess it's a wrap.
But that's not gonna help him. We're just gonna it's literally he wants everybody to put on blinders.
Yeah.
And forget everything else and focus on this dude that has, this background or whatnot. Okay, they said it in the New Yorker. They put in parentheses that he has a criminal past, or they did something in parentheses. I don't know it verbatim, but they mentioned it. So what are you talking about?
But that's his strategy, I think, Pam. I think that's his little mental strategy because this man has a past. Let me just throw everything in his lap and say, look over there. And hopefully that'll stick. I believe that's his strategy. Because people do that in the hood all the time. Like if you know somebody got a past, you'll try to throw shit off on them to get the heat up off of you. Well, I ain't do it. She did it. Y'all know her. She's known for that. So that's what people do. But it's not working because you have too much of a history, so it's not gonna work.
I can't. So yeah. So this is another thing. Y'all didn't know nothing about this because I don't be everything I got. I don't even be putting it out here like that because they, I want y'all to know. I want y'all to see this. Now, speaking of the church, we know that Whitehead filed bankruptcy in January after he got 2 orders from the court for him to be evicted from Glory of God. Do you know he got him another lawyer to try to file an eviction, give them a 10-day notice to quit, to try to evict them on February 16, 2023? You got 2 orders from the court. You filed bankruptcy in January. Then while everything is staged, you try to evict these people while the bankruptcy proceeding is going. You do know that's not how the law go, right? And
I think it
actually came up in the proceeding. So we'll talk about that when we all come back together.
Yeah, it needs the system, Pam, and I know you agree. The system needs to be overhauled totally. It needs to be more checks and balances, more cross-checking, and so yeah.
And then I got orders and stuff from. I ain't gonna bring that up right now. I'm just.
Pam, we gotta get you a Red Bull. The block is high. We gotta get you a Red Bull or some coffee, Pam. The block is high.
I try to tell them, I'm like, they DM me, I'm like, yeah, I had a sinus headache for about 2 days. I said, but if I don't go on live, I'm gonna have way too much information that's overflowing because that's just how it comes. And I'm not looking for it. I research as part of my job for a living. So I automatically go fact check, cross check, recheck, and then I always find stuff on this dude. And I'm just like, that's not the whole story. Why aren't you telling the whole story?
And these interviewers could do the same thing, Pam. A lot of these interviewers could find the same if they just did a little research and stop letting him lead the narrative during the interview.
Y'all better get these likes. Hold on one second. So y'all, it's 709 people in this chat. I need you guys to hit the like button. See, they telling me to stop talking until them likes come up, but y'all, I don't be having time for that. But I need y'all.
I tried that, Pam. I tried that. Don't work. I don't know. These people, they come in, they sit down, they want to get all the tea. And it's like you can like for free. It don't even cost nothing to like. You know?
It's like, and that's why I tell them you can hit the dislike, but I don't care because I know half of y'all probably don't care for me. That's okay. Because I'm just speaking the facts. I don't care one way or another. I ain't going to pay my bills. I'm just saying. So, but y'all have been doing really good with these super chats, though. So I'm going to take that back. They are paying some bills now.
I tell everybody, I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm going to take that back. I'm grateful. Your girl over here is grateful. I want to see mine grateful now. Y'all done bought the family dinner a few times.
I was on a platform one time and the person did that. Pam was like, I don't need, this don't make or break me. That shit dried up on his ass so quick. I don't need it. It'll make or break me.
Let me take that back.
Child, that shit dried up so fast. He was on there like Tammy Faye with tears in his eyes.
Listen, I saw that happen to a YouTuber too. They used to get there and brag about all they had. They used to brag about they Chanel bags and brag about their BMW. And, they used to brag about the house they lived in, and they used to brag, right? And then 2 months later, they want to know why ain't nobody cash apping them. I said, because they figure you don't need it. You done told them everything you do.
Pam know me. Pam know me. I take them offering in the beginning, the middle, and the end. I take them 6 offerings. Put the buckets out. Pass the baskets. I ain't rich like that. I'm blessed, but I ain't rich.
But I did come into this with the whole intent on just really like informing people. But it has been a blessing. It's been a few extra trips and lasted a couple of extra days because of your support. So yeah, and I've been able to help people legally on the side because of that. So it don't even necessarily just go to me. I've literally helped people get their legal stuff together. That's in the chat.
The blessing.
Yeah.
The blessing. It comes around. There you go.
Yeah. Wow. Woo! Jesus.
This I don't know how this is gonna end. Well, I know how it's gonna end, Pam, but this story, it never ceases to amaze me. The layers of this story, it just never ceases to amaze me that somebody would be this just, I don't want to say stupid. I don't like calling people stupid, but this naive to law and you've been in the system, how can you be this naive to do this to yourself, you know, unless you just don't care and you just gonna go until the wheels fall off, you know?
He far from the things that he does, you know, he's not ignorant to the law. Ignorance of the law is no excuse for him, because I don't see it. Because some of the stuff is like, huh? And then you got your hands in so many, you know, and it may be because prior to his incarceration, that's what you did, was real estate, you did brokerage, you know, all of that stuff. So you learned it. You probably had somebody teaching you and training you a lot of this stuff. Because for you to try to do an eviction after you did the bankrupt, just some of the maneuvers, or even filing bankruptcy 2 hours after you get an order to stay all the proceedings. Like, I wouldn't even thought about that, and I'm a doggone lawyer. I wouldn't even thought. I would have been like, hey, you might want to go ahead and hit that bankruptcy. Now, I've had some people get out of some agreements and stuff like that with bankruptcy in the past, so I know how it can be utilized. But I always make sure it's legit. Like, don't do no bad faith filings. I don't care. You might have to chalk this up, reorganize, start over, whatever you got to do. But to utilize the system in a way like it's being utilized. And then in New York, I'm like, you guys don't have, it seemed like his picture would be on the court, like right there. Like, if he start filing stuff, look at it twice or something. Because how do you get to just keep filing stuff over and over again?
But that's not that narcissist. He thinks he's the smartest person in the room. He really thinks he's the smartest person in the room. And he really feels like he has the gift of gab. And if he can just talk, just like, and that's why what that guy did today, in all seriousness, what that guy did today was, because what you did was you confirmed what he already thinks. He thinks that if he can talk to you, that he can convince you, because he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. And that's what that guy said. Well, I was ready to lay you out after you explained everything. I feel differently now. That's the worst thing you can say to a narcissist, because you just confirmed what he already thinks. He thinks he can do that. He thinks he can just talk his way through it. I know as inept as people think his attorneys are. I didn't say I felt that. I'm just saying in general. I know his attorneys done told him to shut up. I know they done told him to shut up.
Yeah.
He said it. Remember when he had us all hyped and I did the live? I said, oh, we going to watch it live. And so he just basically was, pray for me, y'all. I need your prayer. Nobody wants to pray. Everybody wants to talk. You know? And you can't use, like I said, what irks me is you use the Bible as a shield and a sword. Like, that's how you use it. So it's like, you want to come around and it's like, I use it to shield my behavior, my alleged behavior, but I use it as a sword as well. Like, you can't have it both ways. You guys, like, either you follow the word of God and you're kingdom minded, or you not. Like, ain't no lukewarm. That's in the Bible too. You can't be gray areas, or what you find in gray areas. Like, yeah, well, just God forgive me for whatever I do. That whole hyper grace generation that we have, that it really don't matter whatever you do, how you do people, which way you do them. The blood of Jesus just covers it, so I can do what I want. That is probably the most harmful thing that is with the new covenant in the Bible. That's a whole. That's a whole. Because you have to give up some things to follow. You really do. And there's certain things that you got to, like, I don't even understand. Like, how do you pick and choose? I'm gonna skip over 5 of these chapters.
Like, you want to beat D.L. Hughley ass in the ring, and then you say, touch it out by anointing on yourself. Like, it don't even make sense logically, it don't.
But are you anointed? They say my hands are anointed. To do what? That's what it said. The man said my hands are anointed to can you elaborate? What are you talking about?
He wanted Kirk Franklin in the ring too. I don't know what this is with him with this boxing. Listen, he want everybody in the ring.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and tell him, yeah, I'm gonna do this fight because we want to see where this $2 million comes from.
Oh, please! I wish somebody would please call this bluff and come with $2 million on your end.
I I'll be there in the front row. I just want to see when they deliver the bag.
I want to hear the original interview with D.L. Hughley. I want to hear how that really went down. And I understand why DL didn't post it, but baby, when I tell you, I want to hear it. Oh, I want to hear it.
I don't know why he wants to fight all the time. Like, sir, that's some anger issues unresolved. I know he want to pop me, but so I wish you would. I know he want to probably pop me in the mouth, but it's okay. I wish you would.
Well, he told Angela Yee that he fought in jail. You heard him say that he fought in jail.
Yeah.
He said I had to fight in jail. He said I
thought it was reported he had a stellar record while he was in prison. Usually you get little slips and stuff. You start fighting in prison.
Yeah.
But he had a stellar record.
Because didn't he have a 20-year sentence and he got out in 6?
It was 10 to 20, I think. So he wouldn't have been up for parole. I think he said 10 to 30, but I seen 10 to 20. So maybe I was mistaken.
I saw 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Because when people get out of jail super early like that, y'all know. Y'all watch Power.
Listen, that's what Tasha K said. Tasha K said it. She said, you get out early like that. That means you talk. That's what you said.
Tasha K said, you already know why you got out that early. Tasha K
exactly. Yeah, people don't get out that early for no good behavior.
And then that video when he said, I know you got to get out of here, y'all, but that video when he was when he found out about Tasha, that was just priceless.
He was sad. He was really broken. He was sad. He was so sad that night. You could tell he was sad. Like his heart was broken.
His little feelings was hurt.
Oh, let me turn some sound down here. Let me find it.
But I don't know how he was shocked. Who has Tasha rolled with to the end? Like, come on now, what? Tasha has shown herself.
I like that word, Karen. I like that word. I like that. I like to have got to get it. I like that word, Karen.
Can you turn some light on, greasy
lips? I like that
lips?
word you said, but now you're starting to get
some damn light on. We can't see you.
All right, now you're starting to get different. I like that picture. Did you?
What are you doing in that car in that dark?
Yeah, Bible says it's gonna be next week Thursday. Thank you so much, Precious. Keep preaching, but thank you so much.
All them women that lust after him.
Sometimes you gotta block people because they don't. It's not necessarily them throwing me off, but they just change the whole atmosphere of the of the lives and stuff like that. So that's why I block them. I used to keep them up here so they could see when God push you through your breakthrough, push you towards your breakthrough. She said, exactly. Why should we buy a badge to support you? I didn't ask you to buy no badge, Ms. Johnson. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you to. So what are you talking about? Y'all people are just mean. But I'm not gonna block you. So you're on my page, right? These people are just mean.
Y'all just mean.
I like that word. Hang in there. I want everybody to say that. Hang in there. When the going gets tough.
Today we have the hang in there seed.
You gotta hang in there. I like
Thank you guys for the hang in there.
Hang in there. And let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep preaching. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep praying. No matter how y'all feel about me.
Now he Paul and Silas.
No matter how you feel about me. No matter what you say about me. I'm going to keep pushing, y'all. I'm going to keep pushing. No matter how I feel, you got to hang in there. Y'all have no idea the stuff that I got to deal with, just to be me. You guys can sit and talk about whatever materialistic things y'all want to talk about. But me tell you something. You got to be built for this lifestyle. You got to be built. So I just want to encourage each and every one of y'all, hang in there. Because I tell you, man, the Bible says, in your weakness, I'm made perfect in your weakness. So we need to celebrate when we feel like giving up. Lord Jesus. Thank you so much. Where's that? Valdosa, Georgia. Thank you so much. We love you so much. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it because let me tell y'all this, man. Woo. I ain't never in my life would ever think that this is what crucifixion feels like. And it's all right because it's the season for that. But one thing I need y'all to understand, when they crucified Jesus, he still resurrected. So y'all got to hang in there for that resurrection moment, man. Hang in there for that resurrection moment, man. I promise y'all, hang in there for that resurrection moment. Trust in the Lord. Don't give up. Don't give in. I'm telling you, man, I know, trust me, I know you want to throw the towel in. I know you want to throw the towel. Let me cut some light on. Y'all know I'm dark-skinned, so. You know, I'm dark-skinned, so let me cut some light
We want to know what you was doing in that car in that dark before. So we want to know what was you in there. What was you in there doing?
In there, y'all. All right. Celebrate when you feel. Yes, that's good. You have to. You got to celebrate when you want to give up because the Bible says that God is perfect in our weakness. No, I didn't hear her talking about me. What'd she say? Mr. Excel, what did she say?
She laid you out.
And when did she say it? Thank you so much. Yeah, Regina. Let me tell you something. You gotta tuck, y'all. This is the season where you tuck and roll. When they set you on fire, you gotta tuck and roll. You gotta tuck and roll. I'm telling you. Don't give up, Regina. Don't give up and don't give in.
You talking about tucking? Wait a minute now, Bishop. We still talking about tuck and roll.
She was dragging me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Look at that face.
I don't know. Is this recent?
Yes. She said she can't believe how stupid you are. That's what she said.
Look at his face.
I watched the whole thing from start to finish.
Trouble don't last always. That's what I'm talking about.
Look.
She did it this week on her app. Did you see the app?
We did.
Yeah.
We saw it.
Did you see it?
We did. Yep, I did. Tice, you see it?
I saw the whole thing.
Me too. Me too.
Re-inbox me because I didn't see it.
Oh, you want us to inbox you? You're not subscribed? You're not subscribed to the app?
Okay, I paid $12 so you didn't have to, Bishop. She laid you out.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Give me the mic.
Oh my God.
All right, y'all. All right. We have had a ball on tonight, but we gotta go. Thais has a show tonight, so y'all go check.
I just pushed my show back 30 minutes because I love being with you. I pushed it back 30 minutes because I love being with you. It really be. I do. I really do. This is fun to me.
I do too, because y'all are hilarious.
This is too much fun.
Come back 8. I'm like, let me go be respectful. My guest came on at the last minute.
They'll be okay. I get right there in a minute. This too good. Yeah, this too good to give up. But thank you always for the invite, sis. It's always good being with you. Also, my sister. It's always a blast.
Oh, I have had a ball tonight. And really be tell them where to check you out because you got a show tonight, and then Taisha, tell them where to find you as well.
You can find me at Really Be TV over on YouTube. Tonight, I don't know if we're gonna go live tonight, but we might. I don't know. But you can catch me on Really Be TV, child. We always got something to talk about.
Tonight is Saturday nights. I do a show called Revisited, where we revisit, really, really mysterious cases that have happened in the Black community and Black history. We revisit those cases, and tonight is one of those shows. It will be at 6:30 West Coast, 9:30 East Coast, okay, and 8:30 Central on the official Thais Report. So come by. We got a really, really explosive case tonight that we're going to be revisiting. Last week we did the mysterious death of Sam Cooke.
I know that. That was a good one because that's a good story to tell. That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let me thank all of my super chats and cash apps. Face Speaks, thank you so much. Tigra, thank you. Beverly Saddle, St. James, thank you again. Fredericia, thank you. Trudy, thank you. Jermaine, Trudy didn't bless me twice. Thank you, Trudy. I appreciate it. Thank you for you all for coming. Thank you guys in the chat. We love each and every one of you guys. Until next time, we got something coming up now. Y'all got to make sure you pile in like you did this time in the chat. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.